After age 70, it's time to make room for more peace and happiness by letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Reaching your 70s is a beautiful milestone, a time to celebrate the wisdom you've gathered, embrace simplicity, and focus on what truly matters. Yet holding on to unnecessary baggage, whether physical, emotional, or mental, can weigh you down and prevent you from fully enjoying life. Imagine this. What if letting go of just a few things could open the door to a lighter, freer, more joyful life? It's possible, and it starts with a little reflection and a willingness to make changes. Sometimes we don't even realize how much old habits, outdated belongings, or unresolved feelings are holding us back. But when you choose to release them, you're making a conscious decision to prioritize joy, simplicity, and fulfillment. Think about your home. Are there items that no longer serve a purpose? Things you hold on to just because they've always been there? Maybe it's outdated clothes, piles of unread magazines, or furniture that's more of a hassle than a help. Letting go of these things creates space, not just physically, but mentally too. You'll find a sense of calm as your surroundings become less cluttered. But it's not just about the material stuff. Sometimes it's old regrets, past hurts, or lingering grudges that need to go. Holding on to emotional burdens can cloud your present happiness. Imagine how much lighter your heart would feel if you chose to release those memories or forgive yourself for past mistakes. This is your moment to focus on what truly brings you happiness. Let's explore the 8 things you can release to make room for the peace and happiness waiting for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Number 1, physical clutter. One of the most powerful ways to invite peace and happiness into your life after 70 is by letting go of physical clutter. As we journey through life, we naturally accumulate objects, furniture, trinkets, clothes, and keepsakes that once served a purpose or held sentimental value. These items can bring comfort, reminding us of cherished moments or past accomplishments. A worn armchair might bring to mind cozy evenings, while a stack of letters might transport us to a time filled with excitement and hope. But over time, these once treasured possessions can become overwhelming. The objects that once enriched our lives can slowly transform into burdens, physically and emotionally. An overstuffed closet, a cluttered attic, or a garage filled with forgotten things can weigh on your mind more than you realize. After 70, it's time to ask a simple but profound question. Are these things adding value to my life today, or are they just taking up space? This process is not about discarding memories or erasing the past. Instead, it's about honoring your journey by consciously choosing what you keep. Some items undoubtedly deserve a permanent place: a beloved photo album, a cherished keepsake from a grandchild, or a piece of furniture that still brings you joy. But not everything holds the same significance. Those extra sets of dishes tucked away in the cupboard, piles of old magazines collecting dust, or forgotten gadgets cluttering the drawers, these may no longer serve you. Start small. Pick a single drawer, a shelf, or a box from the basement. Take your time as you sort through your belongings. Allow yourself to reflect on why you've kept each item. Does it make you smile? Does it hold a meaningful place in your life today? Or is it something that once mattered but no longer does? Trust your instincts. If it feels right to let go, then let it go. Imagine how your home would feel once it's lighter and more spacious. Visualize walking into a room where every item has a purpose, a story, or a reason to be there. There's a profound sense of peace that comes from clearing physical clutter. It's as if you're clearing mental and emotional clutter at the same time. Your environment should be a sanctuary, not a storage unit, a place that nurtures your spirit rather than overwhelms it. There's also a beautiful opportunity to give back through decluttering. Your unused belongings could find a new purpose in someone else's life. That old set of dishes might be perfect for a young couple just starting out. Those gently worn clothes could be appreciated by someone in need. By donating, you're not just making space in your home, you're sharing your journey with others, allowing your past treasures to create new stories in new homes. Think of decluttering as an act of self-care. It's not just about tidying up, but about intentionally shaping your surroundings to reflect who you are today, not who you were decades ago. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you free your mind and heart to embrace the present. Life after 70 is about choosing simplicity and peace. Letting go of physical clutter is a symbolic way to make room for new experiences, new memories, and a lighter, more fulfilling life. It's not just about having a neat home, it's about feeling at ease within your space, knowing that every item around you has meaning and purpose. When you take the time to clear out the unnecessary, you're doing more than just organizing. You're making a conscious decision to live intentionally, to value your time, energy, and space. And in that choice lies a profound sense of freedom, one that allows you to fully enjoy the beauty and calm of each day ahead. Number 2, toxic relationships. Life is far too precious, especially in your later years, to be weighed down by relationships that drain you. By the time you've reached your 70s, you've likely built a lifetime of relationships, some that have nourished your soul and others that may have left you feeling drained. As you look back, it's essential to recognize that life is too short to spend your precious years surrounded by toxic relationships. At this stage, it's about protecting your peace, choosing love over conflict, and making room for connections that truly uplift you. Toxic relationships come in many forms. It might be the friend who only calls to complain, never once asking how you're doing. Or perhaps it's a family member whose presence leaves you feeling unworthy, small, or anxious. Sometimes the toxicity is more subtle. A relationship where indifference reigns, where you feel invisible, undervalued, or simply not important. These relationships can weigh you down emotionally, making you question your self-worth and sapping your joy. It's crucial to recognize that letting go of these connections is not an act of anger or revenge. It's an act of love for yourself. You've spent decades caring for others, putting their needs before your own, and sometimes sacrificing your happiness to keep the peace. But now it's time to put your own well-being at the forefront. You deserve kindness, respect, and compassion in every interaction, especially in your later years. Choosing to release toxic relationships is a statement. You will no longer compromise your inner peace for the sake of someone else's comfort or out of a sense of obligation. Letting go doesn't always mean completely cutting someone out of your life. Sometimes it means creating healthy boundaries, choosing to spend less time with certain people, or limiting conversations to safe, neutral topics. It's about recognizing when a relationship consistently drains your energy and finding ways to protect yourself from that negative impact. Maybe it's choosing to call less frequently, avoiding topics that lead to conflict, or politely declining invitations that you know will leave you feeling down. Walking away or setting boundaries can be incredibly difficult, especially when the relationship in question involves family. There's often a sense of guilt or fear that others might judge your decision. You may worry that you're being selfish or abandoning someone who needs you. But here's the truth. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of courage. It's acknowledging that your emotional health matters and that you deserve to live without constant stress or anxiety caused by someone else's behavior. Imagine the sense of relief that comes from surrounding yourself with people who genuinely care about you. Friends who check in because they value your well-being. Family members who lift you up rather than tear you down. Picture your days filled with laughter, warm conversations, and companionship that feels safe and nurturing. This is the kind of life you deserve, one where your relationships reflect the love and positivity you seek. Choosing to release toxic relationships also opens the door for new, healthier connections. When you clear away what weighs you down, you make space for friendships and family bonds that enrich your life. You can focus on relationships that feel like a mutual exchange of support and kindness rather than an emotional burden. It's about choosing quality over quantity and choosing joy over resentment. You've earned the right to peace and happiness. It's not about isolating yourself or rejecting your past. It's about curating your present to reflect the love and respect you've always deserved. Sometimes protecting your heart means stepping back from relationships that cause you pain. It's a sign of growth and self-respect, not weakness. In the end, the relationships you keep should honor your journey and contribute to your well-being. It's okay to say no. It's okay to choose yourself. You've spent decades being strong for others. Now it's time to be strong for yourself. Surround yourself with those who see your worth and love you for who you are. You deserve to spend your golden years uplifted, valued, and cherished without the weight of toxic connections holding you back. Number 3, unnecessary responsibilities. As you enter your 70s, life naturally takes on a different rhythm. You've spent decades shouldering various roles and responsibilities, raising a family, managing a career, and being there for others whenever they needed you. For much of your life, these duties have shaped your identity, giving you a sense of purpose and pride. But now it's time to take a thoughtful pause and ask yourself, are these responsibilities still enriching my life? Or have they become unnecessary burdens that drain my energy and spirit? It's easy to let responsibilities pile up over the years without realizing how they've grown. Sometimes it's a matter of habit. You've always been the reliable one, the problem solver, the person others turn to when they need help. Perhaps you're still hosting family gatherings because it's what you've always done, even though the planning and preparation leave you exhausted. Or maybe you're maintaining a large garden or a sprawling house, even though it's become more of a chore than a pleasure. The truth is, responsibilities that once brought joy can gradually turn into obligations that weigh you down. You might feel like you're supposed to keep doing these things because it's expected of you, or because you've done them for so long. But now it's worth considering whether these tasks still align with the life you want to lead. Holding on to responsibilities that no longer serve you can rob you of the peace and freedom you deserve in this stage of life. Letting go of unnecessary responsibilities doesn't mean you're abandoning your loved ones or neglecting important commitments. It's about reassessing and choosing to focus on what genuinely matters now. For instance, if managing a large property has become too much, it might be time to think about downsizing to a smaller, more manageable space. This doesn't mean you're giving up your independence. Rather, you're creating an environment that supports your well-being and allows you to live comfortably without constant upkeep. If you find yourself always stepping in to solve family issues, it may be time to encourage others to take more responsibility for their own lives. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're no longer supportive. It's a way to protect your energy and ensure that your own needs are met too. Sometimes the hardest part is overcoming the guilt that comes from stepping back. You may worry that people will see you as selfish or unkind. But remember, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish, it's necessary. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, and now it's okay to turn some of that care inward. Releasing these unnecessary responsibilities also opens up new opportunities. Imagine waking up in the morning without a long list of obligations hanging over your head. Picture the freedom of knowing that your time is truly your own to spend as you wish, whether that's enjoying a peaceful cup of tea, working on a creative project, or meeting friends for a leisurely walk. Your days can be filled with choices that nourish your spirit rather than commitments that drain you. One of the most beautiful aspects of letting go is how it can deepen your most meaningful relationships. When you're not overwhelmed by tasks and obligations, you become more present, more attentive, and more genuinely engaged with those you love. You'll find yourself laughing more, listening more intently, and feeling more connected to the world around you. It's important to remember that your 70s and beyond should not feel like a continuation of endless chores or obligations. This is your time to celebrate all you've achieved, to rest, to explore, and to embrace the simple pleasures that bring you happiness. By consciously choosing to let go of unnecessary responsibilities, you're giving yourself the gift of a simpler, more peaceful life. It's not just a practical decision, it's a profound act of self-respect and love. You've earned the right to live on your own terms, and that includes saying no to tasks that no longer bring joy. Letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're choosing a life that's lighter, more balanced, and filled with moments that genuinely matter to you. It's about honoring yourself, your journey, and the peace you deserve. Number 4, negative self-talk and regrets. As you reach your 70s, life offers a unique opportunity, a chance to look back and truly reflect on the path you've traveled. It's a time to acknowledge the fullness of your experiences, the laughter, the heartache, the triumphs, and the lessons learned. Yet as you reflect, it's not uncommon for regrets and negative self-talk to emerge, casting shadows over your sense of peace and fulfillment. These mental habits can hold you back from fully embracing the present and rob you of the contentment you deserve. Regret can feel like a persistent echo, whispering thoughts of what if and if only. You might find yourself reflecting on choices that led to unfulfilled dreams, career paths not pursued, or relationships that didn't turn out as hoped. You might wish you had been braver at one point, more cautious at another, or kinder when given the chance. Regrets can feel overwhelming because they suggest that perfection was within reach, if only you had done things differently. But life is not a straight line leading to perfection. It's a winding path filled with unexpected turns, and every decision you made, whether it felt right at the time or not, contributed to the person you are today. It's important to understand that your choices were shaped by the knowledge, emotions, and circumstances you had at the moment. Holding yourself to a standard of perfection only sets you up for endless disappointment. Instead, what if you looked at your choices as stepping stones that led you here? Wiser, stronger, and more compassionate. Negative self-talk is another heavy burden. It's that critical inner voice that says, "I should have done better," or "I don't deserve happiness because of my past mistakes." These thoughts can feel ingrained, slipping into your mind almost unnoticed. Yet they can slowly erode your self-esteem and cloud your sense of worth. Imagine speaking to a friend the way you sometimes speak to yourself, pointing out flaws, minimizing accomplishments, and harshly critiquing every decision. You wouldn't dream of treating someone you love like that, so why not show yourself the same compassion? Releasing regrets and silencing negative self-talk is not about denying that mistakes happened. It's about making peace with them and acknowledging that growth often emerges from moments of vulnerability and error. Forgiveness, both for yourself and others, is a profound act of self-care. It's about letting go of the constant replay of past failures and allowing your heart to lighten. Holding on to regret doesn't change the past. It only keeps you stuck in it. Letting go, on the other hand, opens the door to healing. To begin this process, try reframing your inner narrative. Instead of saying, "I failed," recognize that you took a risk. Instead of, "I should have known better," remind yourself that you did your best with what you knew then. Celebrate the resilience it took to move forward after a setback. Honor the courage it took to make choices when the outcome was uncertain. Recognize that the imperfections in your story make it uniquely yours. A journey marked by courage, learning, and evolution. Mindfulness practices can also help break the cycle of regret and self-criticism. Whether it's writing in a journal, taking a meditative walk, or simply sitting in silence, allow yourself to be fully present. Acknowledge the thoughts that surface without judgment, and then gently guide your focus back to the moment. This practice reminds you that the past does not define you. It's just a chapter, one that led you to where you are now. Living fully in the present also means appreciating your journey as it is. The choices you made were not just mistakes. They were experiences that shaped your wisdom and empathy. Even when things didn't go as planned, you found ways to adapt and move forward. That adaptability is something to be proud of. Instead of seeing your life as a collection of regrets, see it as a story of resilience and love, a narrative of growth rather than perfection. Letting go of negative self-talk and past regrets is a commitment to yourself, a promise that you will no longer allow old stories to dominate your sense of self-worth. It's a decision to focus on the beauty of the present moment and to be gentle with yourself as you move forward. As you enter this new chapter, give yourself permission to feel joy without the weight of what could have been. You've earned the right to live with a heart unburdened by the past and open to the joys still waiting ahead. By choosing to embrace forgiveness and self-compassion, you honor not just who you were, but who you are becoming. It's a gift that allows you to move forward with grace, reclaiming your story and living each day with a sense of peace and purpose. Number 5, unhealthy habits. As the years go by, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The small choices we make every day shape the quality of our lives. By the time you've reached your 70s, your body and mind have carried you through decades of experiences, memories, and challenges. Now they ask for care and attention in return. Yet it's common to hold on to unhealthy habits, patterns we justify, ignore, or feel powerless to change, that can quietly erode the joy, vitality, and peace we long for in our later years. Unhealthy habits often live where we least expect them. It's not just about obvious choices like diet, exercise, or sleep. They can manifest in routines that seem harmless, but over time can take a toll on our well-being. Perhaps it's skipping meals or opting for processed foods because they're quick and easy. Maybe it's choosing to remain sedentary, fearing injury or discomfort, rather than engaging in gentle movement. Or perhaps it's avoiding regular medical checkups because they feel like a hassle. These small, seemingly insignificant choices accumulate, gradually impacting your physical health. Beyond the physical realm, unhealthy habits can also take root in our emotional and mental landscapes. Holding on to worry, constantly watching negative news, or withdrawing from social interactions can become ingrained routines. They quietly shape your days and influence how you view the world, often without you even noticing. Over time, these habits can rob you of the emotional peace and fulfillment you truly deserve. But here's the beautiful truth. Even in your 70s or beyond, change is always possible. Your habits do not define you. They are simply routines you've grown accustomed to. With conscious effort and self-compassion, even long-held patterns can be reshaped. The first step is reflection. Take a moment to honestly examine your daily routines. Are they serving you, or are they just convenient? Changing habits is not about striving for perfection or feeling regret for the past. It's about moving forward with intention and kindness toward yourself. Start small. Celebrate each positive change, whether it's choosing a healthier snack, taking an extra step, or simply committing to bedtime. These small acts build on each other, creating a foundation for long-term well-being. Another essential aspect of transforming habits is recognizing that seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether it's consulting a doctor for personalized health advice, working with a nutritionist to find enjoyable meals, or partnering with a physical therapist to develop safe exercises, support can make the journey more manageable. Even something as simple as finding a walking buddy can turn physical activity into an enjoyable, social experience. Letting go of unhealthy habits is not about dwelling on past choices. It's about recognizing that your body and mind are precious, deserving of care and kindness. As you embrace healthier patterns, you're not just extending your life, you're enhancing its quality. You're giving yourself the freedom to live each day with vitality and gratitude, knowing that you're making choices that honor the years you've lived and the time you still have ahead. Take this as an invitation to invest in yourself, one small change at a time. You've earned the right to feel well, to move with ease, and to wake up each day feeling capable and hopeful. By choosing health, both physical and emotional, you are saying yes to a richer, more vibrant life. And remember, it's never too late to start anew. Your well-being matters, and the effort you put into nurturing it today will pay dividends in joy and peace tomorrow. Number 6, outdated beliefs. Life is a journey of growth, and the beliefs we carry along the way often serve as our compass, guiding our decisions and shaping our understanding of the world. However, as we age, some beliefs that once provided structure or security may no longer align with the person we become or the life we wish to lead. By the time you reach your 70s, it's worth taking a closer look at these long-held notions and asking yourself, are these beliefs still serving me, or are they holding me back from fully embracing this chapter of my life? Outdated beliefs can take many forms, often rooted in earlier life experiences, culture, or family expectations. They may have been helpful at one time, giving you direction or helping you fit into a certain role. Yet as you evolve, these beliefs can become invisible barriers, quietly shaping your thoughts and actions. Perhaps it's the idea that aging inevitably means decline, that you're too old to learn something new or to explore new interests. Maybe it's a belief tied to societal expectations, like the notion that you should always put others' needs ahead of your own, or that asking for help is a sign of weakness. One common outdated belief is the idea that change is too daunting after a certain age. You might feel that routines are safer, more comfortable, and less challenging. But consider this. Life itself is a series of changes, and you've successfully navigated countless transitions throughout your years. Moving to a new place, changing careers, adapting to family dynamics. Each challenge demonstrated your ability to adapt. Embracing change now doesn't mean disregarding the past. It means recognizing that your resilience is still there, ready to support you in new pursuits. Challenging outdated beliefs means reflecting on the stories you tell yourself. Are they rooted in possibility or do they impose limits? If you often think, I'm too old to start over, consider how many times you've reinvented yourself throughout life. Whether it was taking on a new role at work, adapting to family changes, or exploring a new hobby, each transformation proved your ability to grow. What if, instead of thinking, it's too late, you asked, what can I explore? Imagine the liberation of replacing phrases like, I can't, with I'll try, or it's too late, with now is the perfect time. Picture yourself greeting each day not with apprehension about what you might lose, but with excitement for what you might gain. This mindset shift can infuse your days with purpose and vitality, reminding you that growth doesn't stop with age, it evolves. Ultimately, letting go of outdated beliefs is one of the most profound acts of self-care you can offer yourself. It's about shedding unnecessary expectations and embracing the freedom to live life on your own terms. When you choose to challenge your own assumptions, you're not only honoring your past, but also allowing yourself the space to embrace the limitless potential of the years still to come. As you move forward, keep in mind that every day offers a chance to reshape your thoughts and reclaim your narrative. Aging doesn't mean you stop growing. It means you grow differently with the wisdom of experience guiding you. Give yourself the gift of exploring life with fresh eyes and an open heart. You deserve to live fully, to discover new passions, and to savor the freedom of being true to yourself, no matter your age. Number 7, financial worries that no longer apply. By the time you've reached your 70s, you've likely spent decades managing finances with care, saving for the future, and making disciplined decisions. These habits may have stemmed from times of financial struggle, raising a family, or diligently preparing for retirement. Yet as you settle into this phase of life, it's crucial to ask yourself, are my financial worries still serving a purpose? Or are they robbing me of the peace and freedom I've worked so hard to achieve? For many, financial worries linger long after the need for them has passed. You may still find yourself hesitating to spend money on things that bring joy or comfort because of ingrained habits of frugality. Perhaps you feel guilty about using savings, even though they were set aside specifically for this time in your life. These worries might whisper fears of, what if? What if there's an emergency? What if I run out? What if I become a burden? While it's wise to remain mindful of your resources, living in a constant state of financial caution can prevent you from fully enjoying the present. This is the moment to step back and evaluate your financial situation with clarity and confidence. If you've planned carefully throughout your life, it's time to trust in that planning and let go of unnecessary fear. Start by taking a realistic look at your finances. Are your basic needs covered? Do you have savings or investments that can support your lifestyle comfortably? If so, give yourself permission to spend thoughtfully on things that enhance your quality of life. Consider working with a trusted financial advisor to ensure your finances are in order. A professional can help you see your situation more objectively, confirming that your financial foundation is strong enough to support your needs and desires. This guidance can replace anxiety with empowerment, allowing you to make decisions based on facts rather than fear. A clear understanding of your financial reality can help you replace stress with a sense of security and ease. Letting go of financial worry doesn't mean being reckless. It means trusting yourself and the journey you've taken to get here. It's about understanding that the value of money lies not in hoarding it, but in using it to create a life of meaning and joy. After all, you've spent decades earning, saving, and preparing for this time. Now is your chance to reap the rewards of your hard work. Releasing unnecessary financial worries is an act of reclaiming your time, energy, and joy. It allows you to focus on the people and activities that matter most, creating a life defined not by scarcity, but by abundance. You've earned this freedom, and embracing it fully is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in this beautiful chapter of life. Let go of the fear of spending on joy. Let go of the guilt that tells you you're being frivolous. You've planned, you've saved, and now you have the opportunity to make choices that nurture your well-being. By allowing yourself to use your resources thoughtfully and with purpose, you're not only honoring your past efforts, but also investing in the joy and fulfillment that your future still holds. Financial freedom at this stage of life is not just about having money. Financial freedom at this stage of life is not just about having money. It's about knowing how to use it wisely and without fear. It's about giving yourself permission to enjoy what you've earned and to live with peace, confidence, and a sense of abundance. As you move forward, remember that your well-being and happiness are worth investing in, and that the most valuable currency you have now is the time and freedom to live life on your own terms. Number 8, fear of change. Change can feel like an unwelcome guest, especially as we grow older. By the time you reach your 70s, the idea of change can stir up feelings of uncertainty and even fear. Familiar routines and surroundings offer comfort, while the unknown can feel daunting. But here's the truth. Change is not your enemy. It's a pathway to growth and renewal. At this stage of life, embracing change can be one of the most liberating and transformative decisions you make. Often, the fear of change stems from a desire to hold on to what feels safe, even if it no longer serves you. Perhaps it's the thought of downsizing your home, learning new technology, or adapting to physical or social changes that feel inevitable. While it's natural to resist these shifts, clinging to the old can close the door to new possibilities. Think about it. Every change carries within it a seed of opportunity, an invitation to rediscover yourself, connect with others in new ways, or create a life that better suits who you are now. Letting go of this fear begins with reframing your mindset. Instead of focusing on what's being left behind, think about what you stand to gain. Downsizing might feel bittersweet at first, but it can lead to less upkeep and more freedom to do what you love. Learning new technology might seem overwhelming, but it can help you stay connected with family and friends, bridging generational gaps. Trying a new hobby could feel intimidating, but it might also introduce you to a new circle of friends or bring unexpected joy. Change is not about losing control. It's about rediscovering your ability to adapt, thrive, and grow even in unfamiliar territory. Imagine the freedom of welcoming change with curiosity instead of dread. Picture yourself stepping into new experiences with an open heart, finding strength in the resilience that has carried you through life. One of the most significant shifts you can make is to see change as an ally, not a threat. Each new chapter brings the chance to create memories, discover joy, and find peace in unexpected places. Letting go of the fear of change isn't just about the practical aspects. It's about reclaiming your right to live fully, embracing every moment as it comes. If you find yourself struggling with change, start by making small, manageable adjustments rather than drastic leaps. Maybe it's rearranging a room to make it more comfortable, trying a new recipe, or joining a local group with shared interests. Each step forward builds confidence and lessens the fear that change will disrupt your life. Reflect on your past experiences with change. Think about the challenges you faced and how you eventually adapted and grew from them. You've weathered life transitions, loss, and unexpected challenges before, proving time and again that you are resilient and capable. Allow this self-awareness to remind you that change, even when difficult, is something you can navigate successfully. In your 70s and beyond, change can bring about a renewed sense of purpose and passion. Whether it's downsizing to simplify life, picking up a new hobby, or redefining relationships, these changes can help you create a lifestyle that truly fits your current needs and desires. The key is to focus on the positive potential rather than the fear of disruption. Life after 70 is not just about holding on to the familiar. It's about finding the courage to explore what's next. Letting go of the fear of change allows you to live with intention, creating a life that aligns with who you are now rather than who you once were. Each change you embrace is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to continue living life on your own terms. Take that first step, big or small, and see how freeing it can be. Whether it's making a new friend, trying a different routine, or simply letting go of the idea that change is your enemy, you'll find that welcoming change with grace and openness can lead to a life that is richer, fuller, and more vibrant. This chapter of life is yours to shape. Let change be the catalyst that transforms your days from predictable to purposeful, from routine to remarkable. You've earned the right to live fully and joyfully, so embrace change and discover the beauty it brings.